Test, test, test. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me adjust this filter real quick. Let me adjust it down just a tad. I feel like it's doing a lot. What's even causing it to do this? Okay, here we go. So as I'm recording this, it is 8:50. I'm really in touch with myself in terms of all the things that I do is just like whatever comes naturally to me. I just literally came to this discovery just now, actually. So I'm sharing this with you in real time here. And I honestly think, you know, I'm gonna title this video. This is the answer. This is the key. This is the hack to enlightenment. I'm enlightened now, guys. I don't know if you realize this. I'm enlightened now. I don't know if you can see it in my eyes, but I found the answer, the secret, the code. And I'm about to tell you right now. Just because of this video, I should change this university to $50 a month, $500 a month, but I love you. I'm generous. I'm a philanthropist, so I'm going to give you this for free. The hack. You ready for it? I don't know if you're ready. Okay, I'll stop fucking with y'all. Listen to me. Look at me. Look at me. Listen to me. Look. Eye to eye. Bro. She's just a bitch. She's just a bitch, bro. Look, I'm not saying in the derogatory sense. She's just a respectable woman, right? You may even be in love with her. That's fine. Because I know that's why you're doing everything that you're doing right now. I don't know her name. I don't know what she looks like. I don't know if she likes you back. But I know this is why you're even here. Honestly. It was never meant to be that way, but that's the world you were spawned into without even realizing. And the thing is that, you know, we like to think that we were sold a dream or programmed by media, but media is actually how things are supposed to be. No, the distortion of reality exists in the 3D, not the 2D. If anything, media is a signal to wake us up from the dream that we're all collectively participating in. Let's think back to some of our favorite anime. Naruto. Do you think Naruto bro, he was so oblivious about Hinata wanting to be on his dick. And then even once he marries her, bro could be banging her with a shadow clone all day. He can literally make a shadow clone, be banging her all day, and still do all his shit. But he doesn't. Why? She's just a bitch, Hyuga or not, heir to the clan or not. She's just a woman. And when I say this, look, love is a beautiful thing, and women are an amazing motivator to get things done. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them for one. And then also, I maybe have been thinking this way because I've been on semen retention lately, like unintentionally. It wasn't really something I attempted to do, but like, you have to understand, it's like any drug. Sex is like any drug. Lust is like any drug, whether it be weed, which... This can be addictive as well. I don't think I'm addicted to it. I don't think I'm addicted to anything. Well, I do think I was addicted to sex. I think we all are, even if we don't have it, because we got, you know, other ways of catering to it, right? But like weed addiction, alcohol addiction, anything, right? You can taper yourself off and eventually get to a point to where you don't need the thing anymore. And when you've removed addiction, this thing that is taking your consciousness and refocusing it, you suddenly discover yourself. You've been there the whole time, but you haven't been able to access it because your brain is always hooked on dopamine from one source or the other. So when you taper yourself off, your brain adjusts, it recalibrates, and suddenly you recognize that you're the main protagonist. Suddenly you recognize what your quest is, right? Did Naruto want to fuck a bitch? He didn't give a shit. He wanted to become Hokage, okay? Goku don't even talk to the bitch. Like, that nigga is a warrior. He's aspiring to become a Super Saiyan, right? Now, if Goku, look, if Goku was raised around sex his whole life, by the time he became our age, he'd probably be like us too. He'd probably be addicted to that too. but he was raised as a warrior. He was raised around battle. So that became his addiction. So you see, we all live for something, but it has to come down to the thing of, are you living for yourself, or are you living for the world that you spawned into, right? Which, more times than not, there's a saying, once an addict, always an addict. As your brain develops, whatever you're exposed to, it literally becomes who you are. So we have just been born in a generation where, we're more lovers than fighters, Like, our addiction is sex, but we can control it and weaponize it and use it to our advantage by having discipline over that aspect of ourselves and being able to transmute that energy. Like, if you think of a boxer, right, when he's trying to be sharp for his fight, and he retains his seed, because that's where the dopamine, that's where the energy is being channeled to, because your brain is programmed to wire yourself that way. So if you can transmute that and redistribute it back into your body, then you could become a Saiyan. You could refocus that sexual energy into warrior energy if you so choose, right? It's all in your head. So, and you know one thing that I learned? I don't care what anybody tells you about. You can only use a certain percentage of your brain, or your brain. Like, I can guarantee you this because I've been continuously doing this for weeks now. You can actually control your entire brain. And when you think about it, it makes sense. Think about this. Think about anything. It's crazy to say, but think about anything that you've taught yourself how to do. And haven't you noticed that if you want to learn something, your brain will figure out how to learn it. So your brain actually has the unlimited capacity to learn if you can channel your energy, enough of its horsepower, in any direction. So would it not make sense that the very tool used to absorb information could be very equipped to review its own files? Like, when you have a computer, I can open up the directory, right? Because it's my computer. I'm administrator. You have administrator privileges to the directory files of your brain. And if you focus enough of your attention and energy and spend enough time educating yourself, learning your brain better, like a video game that you enjoy, which, look at it as the game of life, because that's really what it is. The original game that you were given from birth is inside your fucking cranium. Maybe it's because I'm a gamer, I'm competitive. I'm trying to level up my IRL character. So I'm constantly trying to research and understand my mind more and approach it objectively so that I know that the information that I receive is based on my own intuition and not based on any external factors. And also realizing that all information that I have absorbed to this day, whether it was taught to me or not, my intuition had to be the judge and jury executioner, like the final verdict on whether or not we would accept this information into our reality. So really everything that you know wasn't taught to you. It was just, you were reminded. But if you're taught something that you don't believe to be true, your brain will reject the information. Haven't you noticed that? Which is also why when someone is born within lies and they learn things about their reality that aren't true, it almost shatters their very psyche, their very foundation of reality. And, it can be it can be an exhausting thing to deal with. I honestly think that I've experienced a few of these, right? For sure. Like, if you take LSD, bro, that's going to probably happen eventually if you take enough of it, honestly. That definitely helped a lot, but sometimes it happens just in life at this point. Maybe it's because I've got to this point now where I have these like reality shattering moments, and recovering from it is painful each time. It's traumatic for the brain, but you have to understand, when you work out any muscle, right, you have to break it down for it to rebuild stronger. So you have to almost revel in the pain and the trauma that you experience through life, because it's literally a growing pain for your brain. And when you recover, should you allow yourself to, it'll be that much stronger than it was before, and you'll be that much more free from the bullshit. That's how you really escape from the matrix. You don't escape from making a lot of money. You don't escape from, knowing the right people or having the right connections or any of that shit. You escape from within. all the answers are inside of you, because you have to understand this. This whole structure was put together by niggas. You're a nigga. What makes them more qualified to know anything more than you? Right? It's the blind leading the blind. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing, they're talking about, bro. I posted this tweet. I said, I'm going to start assuming I'm the smartest person in the room more times than not, because evidence has shown me it usually is the case. And I learned this not from just assuming that I'm the smartest. No, I give people the benefit of the doubt. I put it to the test. I go, who am I? Who the fuck am I? I don't presume to know shit. So I'm going to let other people who claim to know what they're talking about or know what they're doing to take over, and they can handle it. And when I let them do it, attempt rather, I should say, they don't know what they're doing. It's like an ego thing. It's funny how the roles are flipped. Like, the people who want to do everything don't know how to do it. And so for me, I don't feel the need to take charge because I want to be in charge. I don't give a shit. Bro, I don't want to do things. If y'all want to do it, go heck crazy. But my thing is that the niggas doing shit, y'all don't know what you're doing. So it's not that I want to do it. I just want it done right. So if I can show somebody else how to do something correctly and then they can do it, hands off, bro. I'm gonna go and chill. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to sit back, get my dick sucked, smoke some weed. And I've been cursed with the knowledge of how to do everything, but yet I lack the motivation to do any of it myself, which is why I learned that this university is my true calling, right? The YouTube stuff is fun, but I've been saying this before. My secret, I don't really give a shit about making YouTube videos past the point of talking to you guys, but I don't really care to entertain. I more care to have a conversation. I'm a philosopher. I'm an intellectual, right? I'm a teacher. And it's so crazy because I went to school and I got a degree for English. And every time somebody asked me why I was majoring in English, like, oh, are you trying to be a teacher? And I'm like, no, I want to be a writer. Why are people all asking this? And apparently I had the wrong major. I think that if you're going to be a writer, I think it was a different major. But I just took English because, I don't know, English was where you write in high school. So, and it's just ironic that I feel like, that actually makes sense. Like, that probably is what I should be doing, is teaching other niggas, because I know how to do everything. Or if I don't, Kanye, he said this thing. He said, if I wanted to be X, Y, or Z, I could be it. I could do it. And people are like, that's crazy. You couldn't do that. He's like, yeah, I could, bro. I can do anything. And bro, that nigga is tapped in. He just knows. It sounds crazy to say, but like, he's not lying. It's true. Like I said, these are all just niggas. What makes them more qualified to do anything better than you? If you really put in the effort, think about the amount of effort you put into the thing that you're best at, the thing that you enjoy the most, right? Nobody can touch you in that shit, right? Because that's your shit. So if something becomes your shit, that's your shit. I'll learn it if I care enough, right? Because it has nothing to do with what, like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing that they have more than me. And the thing is, even if they're smarter, right? If I care enough to do something, I don't care if you're smarter than me. I'm gonna just work harder. I'm gonna just put in more effort to know more than you, or to be further ahead than you, right? I just take my discipline. You know what I'm saying? If I want to be the best at something, I'm either going to be the best or die trying. I ain't got nothing better to do but be the best at being me. What the fuck? Right? So, I was losing my train of thought, bro. What was the main thing that I was saying? Fuck, I'm losing it, bro. This is how I am, bro. This is how I am when I talk. Y'all are used to it by now, my rants. But yeah, bro, just chill, just vibe. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever the fuck you want to do. You don't have to make a lot of money. You don't have to, and it's crazy because people talk about, you have to be fit and blah, 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 everything like that. And you don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's most important is that you do what is best for you. And for most people, being in shape is what they want. Truly, if they could, like, ask yourself this, not does society say I want to do this thing? If you could snap your fingers and be a certain way, that's who you should aspire to be. That's who you want to be. So if you wouldn't make yourself fit with a snap of the finger if you were given the option, then you're lying to yourself if you don't think that's how you want to be. And if that's how you want to be, commit to that shit. Here's what I'll say. I don't give a fuck what you want to do with your life, but make a choice. Commit to that shit. And then don't change your mind. And if you do change your mind because you genuinely change your mind. And then commit to what you change your mind to. But like, make a choice. If you want to be a fat ass, be a fucking fat ass. And nobody, I don't care how many people tell you to lose weight or whatever the shit. It's like, you have made your choice. I'm gonna be a fat ass. That's me. And no one can say shit to you. It's not a conversation after that. If you want to get in shape, get the fuck in shape. I don't care if you're fat. What I care about is that you're being a pussy and you don't want to live your life, right? And you wonder why you got no bitch or why people don't respect you. You don't respect yourself, bro. You ain't got no bitches because you are the bitch. And look, if that's the life you want to live, truly, power to you. But then I don't want to hear any complaints, right? You shouldn't be bitching if you are living the life you want to live, right? And once you find that you're doing what the fuck you're going to do, period, right? Whatever that is, do that shit. And it becomes easy. It becomes easy to do whatever you want because it's like, I'm either going to do this or die trying. What more is there to live for than to live? So, you know what I'm saying? Even the fear of death is an illusion because death doesn't exist. Death is an aspect of consciousness that we don't even have to participate in. So if death is what you're afraid of, you should be afraid of not living. What's the point of staying alive if you ain't doing shit? Which, once again, if that's what you want to do, but then when you don't do it, you're depressed, right? So it's gonna suck either way. So you might as well do the thing that sucks in the way that you gonna get some suck. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all get what the fuck I'm saying. You know what I mean?